Okay, so this is it. We're starting this second match. Sorry for the delay, but these games are all being played live. Of course, I've already started recording the VOD, so this is just jibber jabber to whoever is watching, not live. So let's just move on and introduce these players. Spawning in the south left position as the Red Zerg player, Team CJ Entis, it is Effort. His opponent in the northeast position from Team Incredible Miracle, it is Ruin. You know what? So this, I always feel like this will block the Nexus, but it just never does. Almost want it to. But anyway, it almost feels weird to see this pylon here because I've seen so many Protoss Gateway expand recently. Like it's just like the thing to do to gateway expand all the time. So just, I don't know. I haven't seen Forge expand that much recently. Could go for a cannon rush though. There's the Forge. Now moving out across the map. He's not doing anything weird. 14 pool from Effort is very, very safe. I don't think it's early enough to do any damage versus this opening. Maybe if it was a Nexus first, there'd be some potential for abuse, but the Overlord sees this probe. So Ruin really shouldn't be able to do too much here as far as damage goes. I think you open up at the Forge, you want to pylon block the natural of your opponent, but generally speaking, it's not like that's something that you have to do. And he comes in, immediately places the pylon. This drone is waiting up top. Wants to get his mandibles all over that probe, but no such luck though. Sees the block and he's like, "Ah, you got me. I can't believe you got me." But he will have Zerglings coming out, so this shouldn't do much. Cancels it, and boom, hatchery begins. Fantastic. Nexus isn't blocked. Nathan's horrible fears of seeing a blocked Nexus Protoss just insta leave the game have been qualmed. And, well, the Zerglings are still coming out. So this probe will try to run away. And the Overlord will see that there is a wall. It's a gateway, it's not a gateway expand. And upon getting confirmation of this Nexus, he should be very, very happy to take a third base of his own. So Effort's Zerglings are giving chase. This probe is trying. Is he going to catch Ruin's probe? That'd be, if it's so hard to catch the probe. It really is. The shape of these Zerglings, never mind. But the probe escapes because it's a probe, and that's what they do. Oh man, he's going to try to, he punches the door open. He's going to run these 3 lings into the main base. Only two get through. What did he canceled the second gateway? He was trying to wall off, but now these probes have to deal with a few pesky Zerglings. Ooh, gets a probe kill. What? Ruin is taking some serious damage. You really don't want to lose anything to this type of setup. This is actually really nice. Ooh, needs to be wary of the cannon. Zealot's being chrono boosted out. Third hatchery is on the way. Nothing like gas yet for Effort, but Effort, man, he's making these Zerglings. He's putting them to work, girl. And they're doing some work. This probe's getting lower and lower. If he gets any more probe kills with just 2 Zerglings, I don't know. It's really weird to just already be talking about doom and gloom. But if 2 Zerglings get into your main base and they've split 2 kills between them, you may have screwed up a 3rd kill. Oh my goodness. This is just, it's not, yeah, okay. I know it's like you don't want to do fake hype, but I'm actually like freaking out over this. It's just 2 Zerglings, and they've killed 3 probes that they definitely should not. They shouldn't have even made it past the wall. Okay, Ruin's finally gonna. Nope, never mind. Somebody must have soaked these Zerglings in Vaseline or something that makes you slide around. Stargate's on the way. The Zerglings have not scattered this yet. Neither has that Overlord, and they're just dancing. Their health will regenerate, and they're gonna try to just hop. It's gonna be like some gang warfare on this probe, trying to just jump on them. But there's a Stalker, finally put an end to the shenanigans. All right, I'm happy with this. This was a pretty kinky opening for this game. Yeah. All right. So the Stargate's coming out. The question here: what does Ruin do? I would love to see him go for an Oracle into Mass Void Rays. because why not? But I feel like since he opened up with this standard style, he's going to be like, no, Nathan, I'm going to build an Oracle and go into Mass Void Rays. I mean, he might not necessarily go into Mass Void Rays, but it'd be pretty cool. It's just something that's been more and more popular lately. In Protoss versus Zerg, you go Oracle into Void Ray, fast third base, and look at this. There's the third. He's like, yeah, man, I'm going to take my third, and what are you going to do about it? I'm building an Oracle. And the cool thing is an Oracle can actually come in and kill 10 drones and still get away with a queen there, attacking it the whole time. I've seen it. It's pretty dirty. It's pretty dirty. And this Zealot, he got caught riding dirty, so he'll die a horrible, painful death. And the Stalker will just run away. But here's, oh shit, Void Ray is in production for Ruin. This needs to keep that third base alive, and here comes the Oracle. Going after them drones, just focusing him down. He's trying to run away. Double Queen, though. Double Queen. Great way to stay safe. The cannon is here, and this Stalker, along with that, will be great. The Zerglings, at the very least, do see this, though, so he knows about the Stargate. Aside from, obviously, the Oracle, but he knows the Void Ray follow-up is coming, which is also important. His Overlord saw the third base, which he shouldn't really be able to pressure because there is a Maza Ship Core. And the Void Rays are going to come out here and poke this poor Overlord to death. No! Fried Overlord. Tastes so good. Oracles in the natural. What will he find? Robotics Facility Transition is on the way behind this. Spore Kralles are being dropped quite a bit. Drone wants to go build a fourth base. This Oracle's only got 4 kills. Typically speaking, you see a lot more than that because Oracles. But he will find this fourth base, which is nice. Oracle can't really do anything to it. He could just activate his laser beam and poke at it for a while, which would kind of be funny. Overseer gets picked off by Civ Void Ray. And 2 Void Ray is a very powerful force. I love seeing... It's like a weird setup, right? You get 2 Void Rays in the Mothership Core, sometimes with an Oracle, and you just go pick off creep tumors, you pick off random things. That's nice. Gets the 2 drones that were trying to build extractors. Oh, needs to be careful. Queen's poking away. This Zergling will take the tower and see that these Void Rays are on the way. I think he might be able to cancel the 4th base, actually. I don't think there's anything that's stopping him from canceling the 4th. There are a lot of Hydras coming in, and they need to get there very quickly to save this, because the Oracle's coming in. Should be able to grab a few more free drone kills. I don't see any reason why not. Takes a bit more hull damage, but here's the Void Rays on this hatchery. And in case you guys haven't heard, Void Rays do lots of damage. Like a lot. A lot, yeah. That's actually really good cancel timing by effort. If he lets that finish, the hatchery's dead 100%. Tries to take another poke at it. The hallucinated Phoenix Scout will make it beyond into the main base to see if there's nothing like a hive yet. The Infestation Pit and Spire are on the way, though. And I'm wondering if Effort thinks this is going to be that mass... like that mass Void Ray style. But I'm just going to assume no. The Colossus transition is pretty important, and I think this Overseer actually scouted everything. So he sees it. He's good. You saw the Robo facility, the Robo Bay as well, researching the Twilight Council. Picks off a Ling outside. There is a Warp Prism on the south side of the map. So where this game is, man, this has actually been a pretty action-packed game all the way throughout. I'm liking it. Phoenix comes up, trying to poke that Overseer, and here goes the Warp Prism into the main base. This is difficult to deal with. He even casts the Revelation. He wants to see Zerg forces in the natural. And here we go. 4 Zealots are here. Not really warped in too many more. His production back home is about 4 gateways. So not really a lot of gateway production, but these Zerglings die very, very fast. +1 attack just now starting. Pretty late on the upgrades. But the Warp Prism will save a few Zealots. He's going to immediately pop right on over to that 4th base. This is so nice because the Zealots just pulling that army around every which way. Getting more and more drone kills, and Ruin, he's looking pretty solid right now. He's getting a lot of damage in. He's getting double Void Ray and single Colossus production at a time. Picking off this Queen is a big score. Not able to get the hatchery. Nice transfuse use of the Queen's energy. Effort still has a very strong army though, and now he's starting to put out some roaches, so getting a bit more tankability in that army composition. The only reason why I feel like Ruin is in a fantastic spot is he got his 3rd base at 7 minutes with absolutely no trouble. And this army is just chock full of really freaking expensive units. Colossus Void Ray is not a cheap army composition, and it almost begs for a hive to pick it apart using abducts, which simply isn't going to happen. The infestation pit is done, sure, but it's been used for absolutely nothing. Effort is putting out a lot of units. Let's see what he can do here. I think that Ruin's army is probably about 30 to 40 supply higher than it would normally be if he had to take his third base at like 10 minutes. This early third is absolutely everything, and he's trying to counterattack into the natural. I think he can actually take this. He just needs to watch out for the Hydralisk flank from the southwest. This Roach is being allowed to run into the main. It's actually really, really nice. The War Prism is still here. These Spine Crawlers shouldn't be able to do too much with the Zealots that are here. They're tucked in between them. If he doesn't get at least one Spine, I'll be upset. Yeah, he should. Wow, he doesn't actually get anything. These Roaches are still going ham. Didn't pick off any Pylons, went for a few of the Probes, and the Void Rays can clean those up. So, I still think that Ruin has a very strong army. Zergling counterattack being sent to the right, but this is it. The Mutalisks. You know what? It's really funny to see the Zerg player just transition into Mutas like this. There are 2 Stargates on the map, but when will he realize this? Oh, man, this is actually really nice. The Zealot warp in just in time to defend against this Zergling attack. And since there's no upgrades, it's actually pretty solid. There's a lot of Stalkers with these Void Rays, with the Sentries. So I don't think Mutalisks can actually beat this. The Zealots are choked up here, just trying to hold these Zerglings at bay as long as possible. The Hydras and Roaches are going in. Sees the Mutas, so immediately double Phoenix production does start, and this game is already getting funky. He can recall. I feel like these Mutas really want to snipe the Mothership Core. Yeah! Focuses it down. Such smart play. And now Ruin cannot retreat. He pretty much has to sit here and commit to this. Phoenix are picked off as they come out. Oh, he's actually on top of the Stargates. I think Effort with this Mutalisk switch, I think he just won the game with the Muta switch. The Stargate production has been completely shut down. There are some sentries on the high ground, but the Cybernetics core was also destroyed. So with no Stargate production, the Mutas can kind of roam free. I mean, Ruin has a big army. There's just mobility is a problem now. This one Phoenix will get picked apart. The probes at the third base will die. The natural expansion is all but fallen. Actually, Ruin's killing everything. This is so... It's really weird, guys. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever cast... Did he lose his Mutalisks? Where are they? They're all here at the third? Okay. So there's basically no mining for Ruin. He somehow stabilized the natural. The Mutalisks... This army split from Ruin is really, really nice. I don't know what to say. He's just... It's a base trade. A weird type of base trade. And Effort's just going to try to kill off the rest of these Stalkers. I still feel like I want to favor Effort just because the mobility is such in his favor. There's no drones spread across the map yet to try to hide buildings or anything, which I guess is one thing. There we go. Now they're starting to leave. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to stick to my original opinion as a Terran player and say that I think the more mobile player in this situation is better because there's still buildings here. And Ruin is realizing he needs to come back and defend against this because he's about to be knocked down to just one Nexus. Just two, yeah, he's still just on one Nexus, actually. Ruin actually still has a mining base as well. He's rebuilding the Spire. He's got enough resources to make 10 Mutalisks, and the gateways are being shut down. So Ruin actually has, like, no money, but Effort has picked off all of his production. There we go, the last pylon falls. So his only accessible warp-in ability is a single robotics facility, which is not useful in any measure. Now the Zealots finally find their way to this third base. That Spire, I think, completed? Yes. But no more Mutalisks. Actually, he maybe doesn't have the larva? He does have the larva. He just needs to build them. There we go. 7 Mutas in the production tab. And Ruin is turtling on one base. His just is natural. This is... Well, he actually killed off all of Effort's hatcheries. Effort does have enough resources to build one more hatchery. There's a few Hydralisks, I think, he realized he left behind over here. He does not want to lose them. They're quite valuable. So he picks that off, and he can bring this Spore Crawler back to random creep zone number 3. You know what? I feel like this 20-minute game has just flashed so quickly in front of my eyes. But there are so many different things that have happened in this game. And I'm still not sure. Like, the Void Rays with the Stalker support and Guardian Shield can be really hard to beat head-on. I'm going to stand by. I still think Effort's ahead. Despite the fact that he's not mining. Which I know. It's an unusual thing to say. Oh my god, if that Oracle... I guess there's a Spore here. I was going to say, if that Oracle found all those drones with 200 energy, I could do so much. The mutas are going to hit the natural. Picked off a few probes, Stalker 2. Nothing crazy. Shuts down the production again. Very, very nice. And we'll try to supply block his opponent. This is a very good play. I like this a lot. Those Stalkers are really taking everything they can get. And he's just kind of dipping in and out. He's not ready to commit just yet. I think trading hit points for units is so important because the Mutalisks regenerate their health really, really fast, which means he can kind of take some blows and then just move back, and I don't know, he catches the Oracle. That is nice. That is nice. So now he's mining off of what was the natural again. And there is still a Spire. I love this Creep Tumor trying to keep his buddy alive. Couple Zealots roaming the map get picked off, and I think Effort's in a great spot now. It could be just because he has this situational income, and a lot of the army supply that Ruin has is not too great. The one thing that Ruin does have in his favor, as he tries to get a Templar or two out, is the Archon count as it goes up. I think even just one Archon makes this army unkillable with just Mutalisks. He has to kind of jump around and grab what he can. Killing this Templar would be absolutely massive, but not able to get it. He's researching Storm, which is interesting. I feel like just getting Archons, if he just got a couple Archons and then pushed out, I don't know. It's really tough to, it's really difficult actually. Oh, Stalker blinks, gives chase, and no luck. The Zerglings are going to try to do a counterattack at the same time. Like, there are Colossi here, though, so that's not going to really work. This game. Man, I thought it was weird when, like, 2 Zerglings killed 3 probes at the start, but I think... So I said earlier that I think that Ruin doesn't have the army composition necessary to beat Mutalisks, but now that he's added in Archons, now that he's adding in a Storm or 2... I think this is an incredibly well-rounded army because not only can he now no longer engage with the Mutalisks because of the Archon splash and the Storms. Oh, as I say that, he's just going to flank him. But engaging head-on versus this army is almost suicide. But the other units he has access to are still not good versus this. Hydralisks, Roaches are still not good versus this, the Colossi. There's 3 of them on the map. Especially with Storm, so Ruin just GG's anyway, and Effort takes the game. That was weird.